Hey everybody, you've heard the expression that time is money, right? And that's nowhere more true than it is in sales. As a sales manager, I want to give you an exercise that you can do with your salespeople. If you're a salesperson, I'm going to give you something that was explained to me when I was a young salesperson that helped me tremendously. And it's going to be something that I can guarantee you're going to see more productivity, you're going to see more sales growth because of this. Now, just to give you an idea, as a sales trainer, there's two areas that I work on with sales teams and salespeople, individuals, and that's in the area of prospecting or hunting, which is the art of cold calling, whether it's dials, walk-ins, whatever it is in the way of trying to get the appointment, not sell, but to prospect to get the appointment. And then there's the second area, and that's the area of the sales meeting or the sales appointment. That's that face-to-face time where I'm really selling and I'm trying to bring this prospective customer to a close, to a decision of yes, no, or a next definable step, okay? So those are the two areas that we work in. If we just simplify it down, those are the two areas where most salespeople, if you help them, they're going to see some sales growth. Now, you have to think of this because I've used this analogy before with physical fitness. There's so many parallels between physical fitness and sales success. In physical fitness, you have diet and exercise, right? So if a person wants to get in shape and they've never paid attention to this their whole life, they'll go to a personal trainer and a trainer will put them on a routine. But let's say that person says, you know what, don't mess with my diet. I like eating what I eat and the foods that I eat and the routine that I have and stuff like that, but I'm willing to get on a treadmill. I'm willing to lift weights. I'm willing to go through some classes and do physical activity that I've never done before. That person, are they or are they not going to see results? If they didn't exercise before, did very little physical activity, and they now get with a personal trainer, they're not going to change their diet, but they're going to get on the treadmill, they're going to be in the gym, they're going to see results. Their body's going to change no matter what, right? Likewise, if that person says, look, I don't like the gym, I don't like the environment, I'm not a physical fitness person, I don't want to lift weights, whatever, but I do need a diet. So they get on a diet plan, right? And on that diet plan, it's measuring their protein and their carbs and their fats and overall calories and stuff like that. And they just reduce calories and eat more healthy or clean foods. And they never paid attention to this before. Are they or are they not going to see results? But they won't do exercise. But they're going to manage their diet. Of course, they are going to see results. Their body will change just as a result of the diet, all right? Now you put those two together and you're going to see great exponential change, right? So the same thing is true in sales. If a salesperson says, and typically when I'm doing sales training with a new team, there's a group of people kind of in the middle that are the maybes. There's the group that says, yes, I'm hungry for this training. I can't wait to implement some of the things that Nick's talking about. There's the group on the other side of the pendulum which say, I don't need this, I don't want it, I'm not interested, I know what I'm doing, I like the way I sell, and don't mess with it. That's fine. We say if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? We say if you're getting the results, if it's working for you and you're getting the results that you want, then don't change a thing. But if you're not getting the results you want because it's not working as well as you would like or as your company would like to achieve, you're not hitting your goals all the time, then try something. The group in the middle is the biggest group where the opportunity is, and that group says maybe. They say, I'll try a few things. I'll try some of these sales techniques, or I'll try some of these prospecting techniques that help me get more appointments. And that's okay, because I know as they try some of those techniques, they're going to get results, which is going to increase the level of buy-in from the attendee or the trainee that's going through my sales training. And they're going to now say, if that works, what else works? Let me try some of these other techniques and things like that. So getting back down to this, the prospecting side is what we're talking about right now. Any salesperson can increase their sales by managing their time better. What do I mean by that? So there are, if you'll log all your activities for 1 week, and you'll say, this is how long it took me to do this is how long it took me to do this is how much windshield time I had, and so forth, cold calling time on the phone and so forth, you're going to see where all your time is being spent. And sales managers, you should know this about your salespeople, because it's very easy for us as sales managers to go, oh, let's put this responsibility and that responsibility on our salespeople. Maybe some of it we have to, but maybe some of it we could put on other team members that are in support roles for our salespeople out in the field. Because at the end of the day, I want more sales out of my salespeople. And if I'm giving them non-sales related activities to do, and guess what? I'm going to squeeze their selling activities, or the time for their selling activities, down. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about in a very simple way. After I've logged down all my stuff for a week as a salesperson, now I want to go back and I want to look at it. And I go, all right, what are the true selling activities that I did? And what are the things that I did that were non-selling activities? Now, the reality is that selling activities, the only selling activities that you have, are prospecting or hunting, like I meant, the cold calls, the walk-ins that you're doing, the dials, the emails that you're doing, cold emails, and so forth. Those are true prospecting or hunting activities. They're activity that's going to lead you to the appointment. And that's the second part of it. The only other part of your selling activities that is true selling time is the face-to-face meeting with the customer that you're having, all right? Or the prospective customer, people that are not buying from you yet. That's your selling time, okay? And then over here, all the other things that you do, that driving to appointments, okay? CRM entry, or updating your CRM. Now look, these are all important, but they're support to this over here. This is what matters, because this is what's going to get you the sale, right? This is the activity that brings the sale. And like Tony Robbins says, massive action leads to massive results, okay? So the more I can do with this, then the more sales I'm going to get. Now, are there things that I have to do, like planning out my route for tomorrow, for the appointments that I have? Absolutely. But I can't say that that's selling time or selling activity. So the bottom line is that, what else do I have on here? Sales training. Even as a sales trainer, I want you to go through sales training. If not, I want you to get on YouTube and watch videos like this and other sales trainers to try and get tips and stuff like that. But I don't want to do that during the day. My selling time, or my window of selling time, is just too precious for me to put anything other than selling activities into this selling time, right? Next is meeting with existing customers. I can't believe when I break this down with salespeople or sales teams that I've been hired to manage, and now I'm looking at their daily logs and I'm going, wow, this is a lot of customer service or meeting with existing customers that you already have a relationship, already have the business for. And I realized some of that's got to be done, right? But it's not selling time. So don't count it as selling time. And then so I have to look at, now, what are we getting out of this? Is this necessary? Is there customer service support people that can take over some of this responsibility and so forth? Now, is that a selling time activity? If I'm getting a referral out of it, yes, okay? Just like going to lunch. Is going to lunch a selling activity or a non-selling activity? Well, if I'm going with a customer, it's a selling activity. If I'm going alone, it's a non-selling activity. Because it's not leading to more sales, right? So if now I look at these, I realize, like, let's say, for example, CRM entry, data entry. So maybe my company policy is, as soon as I hang up the phone with a customer or as soon as I walk out of a meeting, they want me to update the CRM, whatever it is, web-based or on my laptop or whatever. So no matter what, I've got to do that, right? So maybe that has to fall into my day selling time. What I mean by this, so non-selling time, if you were to just really simply break this down, let's say, for example, in this case, 8 to 5 is my selling time, right? Now, I'm up and downstairs and into my home office and ready to go, showered and everything at 6 or 6:30 a.m., right? So right there, that's non-selling time, because I'm not calling customers at 6 or 6:30 in the morning. Maybe you do in your industry, but most salespeople don't do that. So really, it's going to start for me at 8 a.m. when people are in the office and I can reach them. Now, a lot of times, I don't even want to call them at 8 a.m. I'm going to start about 8:30 or 9 a.m. because I know that they're just getting into the office and they're getting their people going and their department heads going and stuff like that, because I'm calling on the president or the CEO or the general manager of a company. But long story short, here's my selling time activity. Selling time. I want selling activity to be in here, and then I want non-selling activity. So up here, maybe I'm planning out my route. I'm entering into my phone the different addresses for the appointments that I have, so that when I get into the car or my GPS, I'm now able to just find it and not have to enter that, okay? So that I'm not wasting more time here. I've got usually my power hour, which is my peak prospecting time, that says, okay, I've found that between 9:30 and 10:30, I reach more president, CEO, sales manager people, more C-level executives in their office on the phone during this time than I do anywhere else. Why? Because I've measured it. And so I realized that out of 20 calls, I get 3 live people here, whereas normally I get 1 at other times during the day. So if you track and measure, you can always see where your biggest opportunity is and where you're having your most success. So go back down here. At the end of the day, after 5 o'clock, I'm not calling anybody because I'm not getting through. Companies put their voicemail on or whatever in most cases. And so now, again, I'm into non-selling time here. This is where I'm going to be doing all my other non-selling activities that I can do. For me, entering my or updating my data in my CRM that I use is done during this time, okay? Now, let's say, for example, that you're selling to restaurant owners. So maybe you sell kitchen equipment or uniform and linen service or food service or local advertising for radio station or newspaper or something like that. You can also block out that 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock time slot as well, because there's no way you're going to get a restaurant owner on the phone during that time. Now, let's say, for example, you're calling on home builders or commercial construction people. They're at the job site early. You can be there and you can be walking into that job site. That is the true definition of a cold call. It's not a dial, but you're walking. That's selling time. So again, every industry is different, but the rule is that I want to put as much of I want to use as much of my selling time, that window, for my sales activities, okay? And then do the non-selling activities in other times like that. Now, I know a lot of salespeople are out there right now saying, hey, I've got a life and I have a family and from 5 to 10 or whatever, I'm not doing anything after 5 o'clock for that's fine. Maybe that works for you. I would say probably if you're in professional business-to-business sales, you picked the wrong industry, because I've never been able to do that. My whole life, I've never been able to do that. In fact, I'm always, even as I'm out with my family, I'm still in the moment and having a great time with my family or whoever I'm with, friends, but I'm also looking for opportunities with one eye and looking at new businesses that pop up and just different things that I can, think about it. I don't think a tradesman, for example, somebody who's into concrete, for example, or someone who's into wood turning, they go to, or construction, they're going out, they're seeing buildings, they're looking at these stairs, the concrete that was poured, or the pillars that were turned out of wood and stuff, and they're recognizing the work, and I'm with them all the time. I hear that kind of stuff. Mechanics that work on cars even are out and they're seeing different cars in the road going, oh, look, he's got this and that. So this is just the nature of it. The lines between your personal life and business life have meshed, and social media, for example, is a great example of that. We've got LinkedIn, we've got Facebook, we've got prospective employers that are thinking about hiring you, looking at your Facebook page to see what kind of posts, to see all this stuff. So these lines are much more blurred now, and I think that by me doing my planning, like for example, Sunday nights, I always plan out my week. Now things change throughout the week, so I have to change that plan every day, or modify that plan and course correct that plan. So I'm doing that every evening in my non-selling time as I look at what has changed during the day today, that certain things I didn't get done and everything that now I have to put into my list for tomorrow. I've noticed that so many sales managers that I work with are more concerned with data entry of CRM and things that, these kind of tasks and things that they want salespeople to do. But when I sit down with them and say, all right, let's go through your sales team right now. You've got 6 salespeople. Let's start with Ed. What's his pipeline look like right now? And they don't know. Well, just give me the top 3. Who are the top 3 most likely prospective customers that they're going to close in the next 30 days, and what is that worth? What is the value of that? And so as a sales manager, this is the kind of stuff you want to be working very closely with your salespeople. Yes, they're doing the work, but all the other tasks that you have to do as a sales manager, and I know what they are, the sales forecasting and giving your department budgets and managing those with finance and all that stuff. This is really important if you want to stay on target and achieve your goals for your team. So again, it's very simple. Log it for a week. Look at how much time you're spending on which activities. Divide those into non-selling activities and selling activities, all the responsibilities that I know you have, and then try to save your selling time, that window where you can contact customers and meet with customers, to fill up with this and to squeeze as much other stuff over into this time slot so that you're being more productive. And I guarantee you, you're going to see an increase in your productivity, the amount of people you're able to call and the amount of people you're able to see in the course of a day and in the course of a week. And that's going to lead to more sales. Just like if I just do more activity in the gym and get more physically fit or physically active, I'm going to get more physically fit. Okay, so I'd be interested to know, what is your industry like? Whatever it is, and when is the peak time for you to contact customers, whether by phone or by walking onto the job site or whoever you're calling on, walking into the business, and what is your total selling time? What's that window for the whole day look like? After you've done this, if you listen to this and then you've logged it for a week and then you've measured that and then you started implementing changes like I just mentioned, please comment or contact me and let me know, did this work for you? Because I'm sure that you're going to have some good stories and you're going to see that you've gotten results as a result of making these changes. All right, I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.